Are you searching for a modern Android double-din stereo on Amazon? You are in the right place because today I am telling you exactly why you should not buy the Hikity double-din car stereo. I am revealing all the hidden problems and honest frustrations you will face after that low price suckers you in. But here is what surprised me. It has a 4.1-star rating on Amazon. Therefore, you might think it is a safe bet. The contrarian truth. This unit is a masterclass in missed expectations and technical headaches that most reviews gloss over. For the best price, click the link in the description. Seriously, I will tell you why you might want to after you hear this. Welcome back. If you are new here, we tear apart popular Amazon tech so you do not waste your money. Today is the Hikity. It promises Android 15 wireless CarPlay, a 7-inch HD screen, all for under $90. That sounds like a steal, right? The marketing is slick. It talks about 4G of RAM, 64G of storage, 5G Wi-Fi, built-in GPS, steering wheel control compatibility, you name it. On paper, it is a dream upgrade for an old car. Therefore, why am I telling you to run away? The short answer is that paper promises and real-world performance are two very different things. I installed this in my own vehicle. I lived with it for weeks. And I am here to walk you through the three major acts of this saga: the initial hope, the deep dive into the agonizing problems, and finally, what you should actually do instead. Stay with me. Let us start with the unboxing and first impressions, because this is where the hope and the first joke begins. The box feels decent. You get the stereo, a wiring harness, a frame, an external microphone, and a backup camera. It looks the part. Installing it is like any aftermarket unit. It is plug and play if your car is a standard double-din. The screen lights up. It looks modern. You feel a surge of excitement. You just upgraded your car's brain for less than $100. This is the moment you think you have outsmarted the system. It is like finding a designer suit at a thrift store. But then you try it on and realize the sleeves are sewn shut. The promise is there, the function is not. That is your first hint with the Hikity. Now, let us dive into the core experience, the touchscreen. They call it a 1280 x 720 in-cell capacitive touchscreen with 2.5D glass. It sounds high-end. In reality, the brightness and color accuracy are mediocre at best. In daylight, it washes out significantly. You will be squinting. But the bigger issue is the touch response. It is laggy. It is not the smooth, instant tap you expect from your phone. There is a perceptible delay, especially when switching between apps. This is your main interface, so when it is sluggish, every single interaction becomes a tiny frustration. It is like having a conversation with someone who is always just a little bit too slow to respond. You start finishing their sentences for them, or in this case, tapping the screen again because you think it did not register. Therefore, you decide to use its flagship feature, wireless Android Auto or CarPlay. This is a major selling point. The connection process is often finicky. Sometimes it connects instantly, other times it refuses to see your phone until you restart both the unit and your car. Joke number 2. Using this stereo's wireless connectivity feels like trying to get a stubborn cat into a carrier. You think you have the right technique, but most attempts end with confusion and hissing, or in this case, error messages. When it does work, the experience is okay. But the mirror link function, where you project your phone screen, that is where things get truly messy. The latency is bad enough that watching a video or using a complex app is jarring. It is not seamless. It feels like a hack. Now for the Android experience. It runs Android 15, they say. It feels more like a heavily skinned, forked version of Android 10 dressed in an Android 15 costume. The 4GB of RAM and quad-core processor sound sufficient. However, once you load a navigation app like Google Maps, stream music via Spotify, and have a phone call connected, the system chugs. It stutters. Menus take longer to load. This is not the smooth operation advertised. This is a budget processor begging for mercy. You are not getting a premium infotainment system. You are getting a low-end Android tablet shoved into a car dashboard, and it shows under pressure. Imagine asking a juggler to handle chainsaws instead of tennis balls. The specs say he can, but the result is stressful for everyone involved. Let us talk sound. The built-in amplifier is weak. If you have standard car speakers, you will notice you need to crank the volume much higher than usual for decent sound levels. The EQ settings are there, but they are basic and applying them can introduce distortion at higher volumes. The promise of subwoofer output is real, but the preamp signal quality is lacking. You will get bass but not clean, powerful bass. For a casual listener, it might be passable. For anyone who cares about audio quality, this is a major letdown. Your music will sound flat and lifeless compared to even a decent factory unit. Then there are the bugs, the little gremlins. The FM radio tuner is not great. Reception is average. The steering wheel control learning feature works for some buttons, but not consistently. Sometimes the unit forgets the settings after the car is off for a while. The external microphone for calls is of poor quality. Callers often said I sounded distant or muffled. The backup camera included is a low-resolution sensor that struggles in low light. These are not deal breakers individually, but together they paint a picture of a product built to a price point, not to a standard. Every corner cut is a frustration you will encounter weekly. Remember that 4.1-star Amazon rating. Let us dissect that. When you filter for critical reviews, a pattern emerges. Many positive reviews are from users who just installed it and are wowed by the features for the price. The negative reviews, the 1 and 2 stars, tell the real long-term story. Units freezing, screens dying after months, GPS losing signal, Bluetooth failing. This is a product with potential longevity issues. It is the difference between a first date and a marriage. The first date installation day is exciting. The marriage, owning it for a year, reveals all the annoying habits. Joke 3. This stereo is the partner who leaves the cap off the toothpaste and says the GPS signal is in their heart, not the sky. Therefore, what is the resolution? What should you do? If your budget is absolutely locked at under $100, you have to accept significant compromises. The Hikity will give you a big screen and smartphone connectivity, but you must tolerate lag, buggy software, and questionable build quality. It is a temp solution. However, I strongly recommend saving a bit more. For around $150 to $200, you can get a reputable brand like Pioneer, Kenwood, or even a better-reviewed Chinese brand like ATOTO or Eonin. Those units use higher quality components, have better software support, and offer reliable performance. The difference in daily usability is night and day. Think of it this way. You would not buy the cheapest possible brakes for your car. You trust critical components. Your head unit is now a critical component for navigation, communication, and entertainment. Spending a little more for reliability is worth it. Installing a stereo is a pain. You do not want to do it twice in a year when this one fails. My final verdict. The Hikity double-din car stereo is a tempting illusion. It showcases every feature you want on its Amazon page. But in practice, it delivers a compromised, frustrating experience that tarnishes the joy of upgrading your car. The problems with lag, buggy software, weak audio, and shaky long-term reliability make it a purchase I cannot recommend. You came here for an honest review, and you got one. I have saved you from a headache disguised as a deal. If you are now looking for a solid, reliable double-din stereo that actually works as advertised, I have done the research for you. Joke 4. Finding a good stereo on Amazon is like finding a sober person at a karaoke bar at 2 a.m. It is rare, but I found a few. I have linked better alternatives in the description below. Check them out. And if you insist on checking the Hikity page yourself to see those shiny promises, the link is also in the description. Maybe my review will be in the critical section soon. Smash that like button if this honest breakdown helped you. Subscribe for more no BS reviews. Drive safe and thanks for watching. For the best price and better alternatives, click the links in the description now.